Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a viewer submission battle. So I asked, actually, this person is DMing me that he uses Vigoroth a lot. So I asked him if he could record some battles using the Vigoroth save swap, because I know a lot of y'all ask what you can switch out for Munchlax, and one of the options I give is Vigoroth, but I've actually never played it myself. So I thought, let's watch some battles now with Vigoroth. To see what the advantages and disadvantages of using Vigoroth are. So definitely thank you so much to Leandro for sending me the videos. He's a great battler. He's veteran in these sets, and he's based out of Germany, I believe. So yeah, I'll leave a link to his channel below. He has a Twitch channel, and let's go ahead and get into the battles. So yeah, there are definitely pros and cons, right? So Vigoroth's going to be better against sort of your bad steel leads, or even your bad dark leads. So like this matchup gives you a slightly better advantage, especially against like Obstagoon is another one that you want to look at. Obstagoon, Scrafty, some of those matchups that a lot of y'all ask me, how do you win these matchups? It's actually quite difficult. Vigoroth does give you some better answers to those. I think it's slightly worse against, I guess, like Altaria here, but also I think it's slightly worse against Azumarill, but not too bad. With an energy advantage, the body slams obviously add up. So let's go ahead and get into this gameplay. Yeah, Sableye in the front, really bad against the team. Oh, this is also before the switch timer, by the way. I just haven't had a chance to record this, so that's on me. He sent me these battles a few days ago, but like I've said in the last video, I had some personal stuff going on. So yeah, let's get back into this game. So Altaria, I mean, you do get the body slams off, but the counters are resisted. Ooh, they actually do end up throwing here, so we do take, well, we're going to be able to farm this down for a little bit of energy. The only thing is, with a Sableye in the back, Hypno's going to have no play against that. Oh, I do like coming in with the Scrafty. If they do end up having a Steel type or something like that, Scrafty can just get through this. It is an Azu, though, and I guess there's some play with 2 shields, but kind of not really, so I get that. All right, next game. Metacham lead. I got a little confused with the names, right? It's German. Obviously, this is a good lead. Let's go ahead and see what he swaps into. Jellicent. Oh my god. I'm looking at the names and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Okay, Jellicent. Good catch here if this is the Shadow Ball. Even if it's a Bubble Beam, it doesn't really matter. It's still fine. It is the Shadow Ball. I have to look at the moves actually coming through. Oh my gosh, pardon me for that. I know I'm going to get things wrong here. Okay, this could be another Shadow Ball, but probably it's just Bubble Beam. Unless he's running Ice Beam. It is the Bubble Beam. Okay. Definitely going to go straight for this foul play. Going to farm up a little bit because there is a little time here to get extra energy, so you might as well go for it. What was in the front? It was the Metacham. Okay. Probably going to go for a farm down here, I imagine. Going to get Bubble Beamed one more time. Maybe even 2 more times since it does double resist the counters. Could also go for a pup, but I think going for a full farm down here and then going for a foul play against the Metacham coming back in is fine. This Bubble Beam won't KO, still no shields needed here. And yeah, we're going to take back switch, and you can just tell even from the last video I put out, just the timer here is so slow compared to the new one now. Yeah, I mean, it's halved obviously, but actually, is the timer normally 60 seconds or 50 seconds? I'm not too sure on that one. But it's 30 seconds now, but back then, like 3 days ago. Alright, goes to the pup here just to see if he can get a shield, because this is the last move he's going to be able to get off. Respect this. Then he's going to come back in with Hypno. Hypno has really nothing to fear on the Metacham. It resists everything. So probably they'll swap out, and then we'll see what's in the back. We do have a huge energy advantage. Does throw the energy. Opponent's not switching out, which is probably a good sign that Hypno is going to be good against whatever's in the back. Could be a Azumarill again. I'm really thinking this is a Azumarill in the back. Definitely don't need to shield this. Could shield it though, it doesn't matter. 2 Psychics might be worth shielding, we'll see. especially if they get the defense drop. I'm guessing the defense did drop. I don't know. It said Nightshade, something like that. Definitely if he goes for another move, you just shield it, I think. Having a 1 shield to 1 shield and a... Oh, the lag killed him out. Either way, let's see what this is. It's a Lowland Ninetales with Charm. Okay, gonna throw the move and then dip to Vigoroth. Makes sense. Vigoroth gonna go straight body slam for sure here. The counters are gonna be neutral. This is actually gonna be really close because while you have 2 shields, this Alolan Ninetales is probably never gonna throw a move. Although if we get to 2 body slams, this is pretty GG. Body slam is stab, extra damage for Vigoroth here. Oh no, goes for the counter down? Oh no, look at this HP. Oh my goodness, I love it. Alright, well, Umbreon couldn't have done that, so respect. Okay, this is where I like Ice Punch. Oh, he's running Ice Punch, I just realized. I love it. So I usually like to go 1 or 2 over. Let's see if he goes for straight away. Okay. So someone in the comments told me I used to call this a CMP tie. It seems like Altaria actually gets to this first one 1 turn earlier than Hypno. So unless there's lag, you never get there before him. So with these extra counters, confusions, this Ice Punch will KO if he lets it through. I like farming up a little bit extra here. Actually, I guess it didn't CMP tie. I noticed that he did click it the first time. Oh, and we got refunded? No, we didn't. Oh, too bad. Good catch here by the opponent. But they're going to have to stand... I mean, we have to stand here against the Azu. Really good catch by the opponent. So, okay, yeah, I like this. Vigoroth having a little bit of a lead out here. Meaning that probably only going to need the 2. Well, if Azu's XL'd, maybe it's going to take 3 body slams from here. Good shield on a Hydro Pump. Really good call here. So the only thing is the timers are going to be a little off, but this is, like I said, the old world timers. So definitely going to be in this matchup for a long time. Probably going to get to these 3 body slams. We'll see if the opponent actually wants to shield the Azumarill or not. One good thing we've seen is that we've already seen 2 things that Scrafty's weak against. So the odds of being triple weak seems pretty low. It could be Machamp, Shadow Machamp. I haven't seen a team like this before. Flyer Machamp, Azumarill. I've seen it with Skarmory. I've seen it with Azumarill. With Altaria. Haven't seen it with Tropius, but yeah, I've seen those 2 teams a few times for sure. Definitely a popular team. Goes for the Thunder Punch. It's fine. Even if, in fact, if this doesn't KO and he throws a move at Hypno, then Scrafty actually gets to farm down. It KOs, so that's fine. Azumarill is super low, so it will get farmed down by Scrafty. Only thing that could be really bad is if this is a Steel type. I have a feeling this is... Oh, okay. It is a Steel type, so the reason I was saying it could be bad if it's a Steel type because we have a long time to get to the Scrafty, but he actually throws the move right away here, probably trying to avoid that neutral Ice punch damage. But Scrafty's going to be able to come in, start pupping, and Azumarill's too low to do anything, I believe, and it definitely just used a Hydro Pump. And I think the odds of having Play Rough and Hydro Pump are pretty low. I think that's the least used moveset of the movesets, although all movesets are viable on Azumarill. It just depends what you want to hit. But all 3 are definitely viable. Okay, Venusaur, you love it. You only have to shield once, and you can farm down with the Shadow Hypno. They do switch straight to a Firemon, which is interesting. Typhlosion here. I wonder... Oh, we're switching to Scrafty. Interesting. I think I would have switched to Vigoroth. But Scrafty can take a move here. Gonna shield 1 Blast Burn. Probably not both. Considering it is a Venusaur in the back, which they're definitely going to come in with. So maybe this is allowing Vigoroth to go off in the back. That would be interesting. Oh, actually, that's really one good thing about Vigoroth as well. You could allow him to go for the win by himself. I don't usually go for the Umbreon win when I'm an Umbreon, and I definitely don't usually go for Munchlax or Licky Licky wins. But Umbreon and Vigoroth definitely can be the carry when needed, so I do like that for this team. Waits out the timer here. There's still a lot of time left in the switch clock on our side only, because they switched a lot earlier. I do like going for this move right away. It does leave them locked in. Plus, it makes them decide whether or not they want to use a shield here if they think you have Fire Punch or Ice Punch. Okay, they did think it, and it does end up being an Umbreon in the back, so if I had come in with Munchlax, well, it would have been fine, I guess. But Vigoroth here in the back is obviously much stronger against an Umbreon back if you've already lost this Scrafty. Because the counters are super effective. These body slams might not do too much, but they are still doing something. Yeah, for sure. They're not resisting. It's like Umbreon here would be resisting Lick if I had Munchlax here, and the Vigoroth is obviously doing a lot more. Really going up on energy here. I mean, he definitely can for sure. I think he has like 2.5 body slams stored up here. Does pull the shield. Interesting. Probably thought you were going for the bulldoze, a bigger damage move. Or maybe he just thinks this is the biggest damage move left because Hypno's already thrown his energy, which makes sense. We do have to be mindful that there is still a Venusaur in the back with a pretty decent amount of life. Definitely Hypno can get it down, and Hypno will survive a Frenzy Plant as well. Probably switching right now. Okay, good catch. Still survives this, and it looks like maybe 3 confusions away, which means Venusaur might get to another Frenzy Plant, but would have to throw all of its energy at the Hypno. Ooh, unless it farms it down? Okay, gets the move. Yeah, actually, we wouldn't have made it to that confusion. Would have died to the Vine Whips. Very nice energy management here. Oh, the Umbreon takes us out. Ooh, how much energy does Umbreon have? No, but if Foul Play doesn't KO from here. A Last Resort probably doesn't KO either. Foul Play, more energy. Oh, he did actually go for that Last Resort. Makes sense. If you only have time for one more move, you might as well go for the higher damage move. It's less energy efficient, but more damage overall because it's more energy cost. All right, this is where you want to see, where you want to have Vigoroth. So definitely this is good right here. Forces them to switch right away. Okay, they come in with Surfetch. This is not going to KO Vigoroth. Plus, your Body Slam is actually going to pressure Surfetch a lot. Okay, interesting shield here. Definitely he knows these matchups better than I do. Obviously, the counters are super effective against Vigoroth, but Surfetch is very weak. You know, I've said this in a ton of videos. Even a pumped up Scrafty can just beat that, so now you've won switchback pretty easily, and you can put the Hypno onto this Altaria, and then the Scrafty's onto the to the G-Fisk. So really good play here. Vigoroth really showing his strength. So Munchlax wouldn't be doing any real fast attack damage to the Surfetch. The body slams would obviously be pretty damageful. But yeah, liking the Vigoroth play here as it is right now. Okay, definitely can just go for 1 pup if he wants, or 2 pup if he wants to just get through this. Honestly, 2 pups fine here. You'll be pretty low. You know, I mean, recently I've showed y'all I've liked to go 1 pup if they don't get too much of an advantage because they can't get to 2 Earthquakes. But in certain situations, obviously going for 2 power-up punches just finishes it off quicker, and doesn't allow for any of that extra counterplay if they think they can get to 2 Earthquakes. Did we shield an Earthquake? Interesting. Not sure I would have done that. Does mean the Altaria has to throw a Sky Attack. They do end up shielding as well. Wait, did we shield an Earthquake? I actually don't even remember. I wasn't watching, I think. I was talking. Okay, well, 1 shield to 0. Hypno does have energy. If we get to this foul play, it's fine. Oh, we would have made it. Oh, but there's lag. I don't know if we would have made it with the lag. We'll see if they end up shielding. If they do end up shielding, we're good. Have to switch out to the Hypno now, though. Okay, yeah, nice. We're 2 away. I actually don't think Sky Attack kills from here. It's been so long, I always shield the Sky Attacks. But I actually don't think it does KO from there. Have to be a little careful. The Dragon Breath undercharges this move. I'm sorry, it doesn't undercharge. Under taps. Man, you forget some of the terminology sometimes. Yeah, under taps. Had the energy already. And that was the first set. There are going to be 2 sets here. I probably should have said that at the beginning. I'm a content creator, I know. 2 sets here. So this is the second set. I think that first set was a 4-1. And we'll see what this said. I've not looked at them, so... Oh my god, Swampert. You guys know I hate this freaking lead. I wonder if he goes for the Ice Punch or the straight swap. Okay, straight swap because it is a Vigoroth. Huh, Powder Snow version of this. I wonder if he goes straight for the Bulldoze or if he just goes straight Body Slams. I would think Body Slams better. Maybe he's going up to the Bulldoze just to see if he can get a shield. Looks like you can survive a second. No, I don't think so, actually. With all the Powder Snows, definitely won't survive a second Weather Ball. It's going to be close, though. It's going to be close. It looks like it's about that much HP. They do get an extra Powder Snow in, but they might shield this Body Slam as it's doing a decent amount of damage. Plus, if it lands, we get the option to shield and farm down. Or we just get to farm down. Okay. See, this is why we watch other people do Vigoroth. They know the matchups a little better. Alright, so Hazwan switch, which is great because Swampert obviously is a problem for the team. Having the Swampert lose some of the energy here is nice. Probably going to come back in with the Hypno, do some confusion damage with a little bit less energy on the Swampert and less HP. Okay, comes in with the Scrafty. What does he think's in the back? Probably, I don't know, because I think it's another flyer in the back. Coming in Scrafty here. Oh, if he thinks it's a flyer in the back, coming in here with Scrafty makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, I like that. I think I would have come back in with the Hypno, which might have been a mistake, because I actually think this probably is like a Skarmory in the back. Let's see what it is. A lot less used would be Tropius, but he's also not switching out, which means he thinks this matchup's okay. It was an ice Pokemon. Okay, well, these counters are super effective. It's Snowy Cast Form. You don't see this too often. I think that Frostlass is generally a better Pokemon than Snowy Cast Form. Does have that extra Ghost typing, but that doesn't usually have much play. There aren't too many Ghost Mon in the meta. And even less moves than that in the meta. I wonder if he's going to let this go or if he's going to just power through this. Yeah, he powers through it. Okay. Respect, because if he does get through this cast form, the Swampert will have to throw energy. And it just takes 3 counters. Yeah, and this is GG. It's going to take more than 2 Hydro Cannons to KO the Hypno, and he does have to throw onto Scrafty to KO the Scrafty. That's one of the things for these high energy moves, like Mudshot, is that you can almost never farm anything down, and the only way to KO things is to throw the charge moves. Okay, Altaria. You'd love to see it with the Ice Punch again. Again, a lot of people in the comments like running Fire Punch, which is great. That's fine. It works. But I really, really am a fan of Ice Punch, and I don't think I can ever change now. For this team, yeah, maybe if I need extra steel coverage, but definitely if you're running the 2 counter users, you don't need that steel coverage. Goes up to the full farm here. Actually, could have gone 1 more, but probably didn't want someone to catch if they were counting to the 7 for the double punches. But definitely can get to this move before Altaria if he wants. Does get to it. If he shields here, I wonder if he goes for a switch into Vigoroth, because that's what I usually do with Munchlax. I don't like the double shield. It usually means Hypno's very strong against the team. Does come in with Surf Fetch. We saw this earlier. If he wants to win, he can shield this move. See if he wants to win. Just going to let it go. Leaf Blade probably doesn't KO, so it does still get the body slam off. We'll get one extra confusion in with Hypno. Goes for no charges. He wants even more farm on the Hypno. Interesting. I don't know, though. This is going to take 2 hits, I think. Does actually end up KOing. Okay, perfect energy management. If Altaria comes in and throws a Sky Attack, does he shield? Yes. I would have shielded there too. It's a little bit too much health on this Altaria to allow it into the Scrafty matchup. Just going to throw right away. Okay, does get this Altaria. What's in the back here? Is it going to be Galarian Stunfisk? That's what I think it is. It could actually be a Zoomerl as well. Goes for another fighter, Machamp. No shields. That's not great. Do you get to this? Oh, Machamp's going to go for the farm down. I don't know that he can. I don't know, in the 0 shield. Because we're doing a lot of damage with our counters as well. Oh, he is going to go for the farm down. Oh, he loses his nerve at the last second. So would both of these counters have KO'd? I don't know. It would have been really close. But I think he only has a cross chop now. But it is a Shadow Machamp versus it's 2 shadows, so this damage is actually going to be a lot. Oh, he didn't show it, but I think he actually got KO'd by the cross chop there. Close game. Tropius. Another matchup you love to see the Ice Punch in. So Tropius usually hangs around with Galarian Stunfisk, maybe a Sableye in the back as a safe swap. Possibly even a Munchlax or something of the sort. Maybe even Double Steel. You don't see that too much. They do make it to the Leaf Blade first. Sometimes they swap out here. Sometimes they try to go for another move. Okay. Now, Tropius is so tanky, and we have no stab on a punch that's not that great. So it actually doesn't KO from here. But I think you... Oh, interesting swap out. So I think if you go for the confusion there, it actually doesn't... they actually get another move off. Interesting to swap out there. Does seem like it's double steal, considering they just came in with a steal against a counter user. So this is probably Bastiodon in the back. I can't imagine it's anything else. It could actually be a Sableye, but that would be a little weird. Maybe Sableye with an energy disadvantage, I guess, loses to this, but you definitely don't want to come in with a steel type. Maybe he knows that there's a Scrafty in the back. I don't know. I can't see any way out of this for our opponent. And no need to shield anything either. If they end up baiting, it's not good for them. And then you always have the Scrafty in the back to push through this Galarian Stunfisk. I like waiting here. Opponent never switched, so you have to make sure the switch timer is back to you. And it just came up right there. You saw it. And they're not leaving this matchup, so that's probably a GG. Probably was another steel type in the back. Probably Bastiodon. Maybe Flyer, Double Steel. That makes sense, I guess. Tropius is good with the steel types. Steel lead. These are the ones I really like to see because this is really why you would want to use Vigoroth here. Now, Vigoroth isn't a fighter, so it doesn't have that flying weakness. So these the fast attacks are not doing nearly as much as they would to something like Scrafty. Let's see. Galarian Stunfisk paired with Pelipper usually means a grass. I've seen Venusaur, Meganium, and Tropius. I think Tropius is probably the more used one. Interesting enough because Tropius is also the hardest one to get. You can only get it from trades or if you live, I guess it's in Africa. Oh, does go for the shield. I don't know how this matchup works out. Does he actually pressure another shield here if he shields? Okay. I like bringing it down to 0 shields. That gives Hypno a little bit of a chance against Galarian Stunfisk if that is how it ends up becoming. Oh my gosh, lag. But he does get the move off. And he'll probably let it go from here, right? And let Hypno farm down. If he doesn't win switchback. Okay, yeah. Perfect. No way does he go for the... Pelipper overfarmed. Oh no. Oh no, our opponent got caught here trying to farm down. He was at the Weather Ball. He just thought he could farm down. Vigoroth lived with 1 HP, and now it's just pretty much over. It's a Zoomerl in the back. Okay. Okay, that makes sense too, because double water. I don't usually see that. You usually see a grass paired with Galarian Stunfisk there. This game is over. Really well played on our side. A little bit greedy from our opponent, but it was also like, I would do that too, I think, if I was the opponent. It was so freaking close. Sometimes you just have to go for it. And if you get that, all of a sudden you have this huge advantage. Well, energy advantage. We still would have had the shield advantage no matter what there. Okay. This probably doesn't KO, but probably doesn't shield the Hypno at this point. It's actually really close. It might KO depending on the IVs of Hypno. Yeah, one away. Does he get to this Ice Punch? Let's see it. Definitely. Ice Punch still does like 20%. It's not that bad. Shadow just gives you so much stats for damage. And the Confusions, even though they're resisted, still doing a lot as well. You can see them just chunking. And then switches and then has a shield. I mean, this is GG. Our opponent could have left and I wouldn't have faulted him at all. Sometimes the game's just over. Stayed in though, and I respect that as well. I usually stay in most of my games unless there's like double charm or something like that, which can be impossible to win. Someone actually said they did beat double charm. I've beaten double charm before, but I would say it's like one time, and it would have had to have been like an opponent misplay. Hurry up the cakes. I've actually played this player before. I've seen this player before. Yeah, everyone's veteran here, so obviously that's really good. Okay, Medicham lead. That's good for us. Comes in with Empoleon. Interesting enough. I really, really like coming in with Vigoroth here. So definitely this is going to be a Hydro Cannon, sorry. But he didn't bring in Scrafty because Scrafty is weak to the Drill Peck. No, is that what it's called? Drill Peck, yeah. Which is a flying type move, super effective against fighting. But Vigoroth is not a fighting type. And I think our opponent could have shielded. Well, but we had 2 body slams, right? So if they had shielded and tried to get a waterfall in, we would have just got another body slam in. Comes back. I couldn't see what he came back in with, and I can't read that word. Oh, back in with Medicham. That makes sense. Medicham farms down. You come back in with the Hypno. You have a couple Confusions worth of energy here because the timer's not up yet. Maybe even enough to get a move off. Definitely don't need to shield this. Probably doesn't throw the move here because our opponent's looking to catch a move, most likely. Does go for the pup. Has a Stunfisk in the back, and that's just GG's. All right, so those are the 2 sets. I think that was a 5-0 and a 4-1. Maybe it was a 4. I can't remember if they lost a game. Let me know in the comments. But it seems like Vigoroth here, obviously pretty good. Really liked it against the Galarian Stunfisk lead, which is the whole point of why people brought up Vigoroth being such a good replacement to Munchlax. Didn't see too many Azumarill. We did see one loss, I think, with the Azumarill in the back. Like I did say, there is a chance that there's a weakness to Azumarill in the back, whereas Munchlax doesn't have that weakness. But really liking the play here. Thank you so much, Leandro PvP, for sending me these videos. Like I said, I will get the Twitch information and put it in the comments. Definitely send him a follow. Really good battler. Like I said, out of Germany. If I'm wrong in that, definitely let me know. But I think I see you hanging out with Aerosol all the time, and Aerosol's German. So, all right. Thank you so much again for everyone who supports the channel, and especially the Patreons, Marlon Date and Michael H. And I will see y'all in the next one. Hopefully I'm Legend in the next one. We're really close. I probably won't play... I actually think I will play games on Sunday, so hopefully I'll be able to stream those. Definitely catch me on Twitch. And I'll see y'all in the next one.